Listen to this clip and tell me this doesn't sound terrifying. Did you hear that? That's the sound of the NBA's worst nightmare coming true. The San Antonio Spurs just locked up De'Aaron Fox with a massive extension, and while the haters are crying about the money, they're completely missing the point. This isn't just about securing an all-star, this is about the Spurs creating the most unstoppable duo in basketball. But here's the thing. Everyone's focused on the contract numbers while ignoring the basketball apocalypse that's about to unfold in San Antonio. By the end of this video, you'll understand why this Fox extension isn't just smart, it's the move that changes everything. Let's address the elephant in the room first. Yes, De'Aaron Fox just signed a massive extension. Yes, he'll be making over $60 million a year on the wrong side of 30. And yes, he's a guy who relies heavily on his athleticism. But here's what the haters don't want you to hear. The timing is perfect. Fox's max contract expires the exact same year as Stephen Castle's first extension and Dylan Harper's first year of extension eligibility. This isn't some franchise-crippling deal. This gives the Spurs flexibility. If Fox is still elite when Castle and Harper hit their primes, great. If not, he's still tradable as an expiring contract to a contender. But more importantly, this shows the Spurs stick to their word. They promised Rich Paul and Fox during the trade that they'd take care of him. That organizational integrity, that's how you attract future stars. Just look at what's happening in Dallas and Lakers. The revolving door isn't attracting any major stars during free agency. Meanwhile, teams like the Clippers, Nuggets, and Spurs, organizations that have shown respect for their players, soak up all the free agents. It's a revelation, and let's see how this all plays out for the Spurs this year. And let's talk about the athleticism concern with Fox. Guards who play similar styles to Fox. Russell Westbrook was averaging 25-point triple-doubles in his 11th season. Even a shell of Derrick Rose averaged 18 points after multiple knee surgeries. Fox won't have to do everything anymore. He's got Wemby, Harper coming along, Castle developing. Even if his stats dip to 17 and 8, that doesn't mean he's not giving elite production. The perfect partnership. Now let's talk about why this partnership is basketball perfection. Victor Wembanyama just dragged San Antonio to 52 wins as a 21-year-old, missing all NBA by one vote while averaging 24.6 points, 10.9 rebounds, 3.7 assists, and 4.0 blocks. But here's what makes Fox the ideal partner. Their games are complementary, not overlapping. Look at these numbers. Fox and Castle have nearly identical scoring profiles. 49% versus 44% of points in the paint, 17% versus 16% points off turnovers, almost identical three-point attempt rates. Fox isn't just a player, he's a mentor. Castle and Harper won't have the pressure to carry a playoff team immediately. They can learn from a guy who was 11th in MVP voting 2 years ago and won Clutch Player of the Year. And about that shooting concern, in 2023-24, Fox shot 37% from three on nearly 8 attempts per game. Last season's 31% came while playing through a pinky injury that required surgery. The shooting ability is there. Here's the beautiful part. Fox played 57% of his minutes at shooting guard in San Antonio, only 43% at point guard. He can absolutely play off ball alongside Harper and Castle. This isn't a logjam, it's depth. The pick and roll apocalypse. Let's talk about what happens when you combine Fox's speed with Wemby's gravity, because this is where defenses break. Fox generates 1.07 points per possession in pick and roll, third in the NBA. He's shooting 54.5% on 16 drives per game. That's more than half of what the entire Spurs team was doing before. Now add Wemby, who's not just rolling to the rim, he's popping for threes at 43%, making passes from the short roll and forcing automatic double teams with his gravity. Step up on Fox, Wemby gets an open three or easy lob, stay with Wemby, Fox drives against scrambling help. Fox is elite, and just might be the fastest player in the entire NBA in the open court. Double team, someone's wide open and both are elite passers. The closest comparison might be prime Nash Stoudemire, but Nash couldn't shoot from the logo like Fox, and Stoudemire couldn't pass or protect the rim like Wemby. And here's a detail most people miss. Fox is left-handed. Everything's backwards for defenders. Muscle memory is useless. Defensive angles are wrong. Now imagine trying to defend two elite lefty guards, Fox and Harper, coming at you in waves. The championship timeline. Here's where the extension makes perfect sense. Fox is 27, entering his absolute prime. Wemby is 21 and already a top 10 player. Castle is 20, Harper is 19. In 3 years, Fox will be 30, still prime. The young core hits their peak years, and Wemby could be the best player on the planet at 24. But this isn't just about talent, it's about development. The Spurs turned Kawhi from a 15th pick into Finals MVP, found Parker at 28th and Manu at 57th and made them Hall of Famers. Fox brings something invaluable, playoff experience. In his only series against Golden State, he averaged 27.4 points, 7.7 assists, taking the Warriors to 7 games. He knows what it takes to perform when it matters. Now Castle and Harper get to learn from a guy who's been there, who's carried a franchise, who knows how to rise to the occasion. That's worth millions in development alone. And the lineup flexibility is insane. Championship lineup, Fox, Castle, Vassell, Sochan, Wemby. Speed lineup, Harper, Fox, Castle, Champagne, Wemby. Switching nightmare, Fox, Harper, Castle, Sochan, Wemby. They can go big, small, fast, or defensive. Most importantly, they can keep everyone fresh. The defensive fortress. While everyone talks about the offense, let's discuss what this does defensively. Wemby is the easy DPOY favorite, averaging 4 blocks while ranking 7th in PER and 6th in VORP. Fox has steadily improved his defense, averaging 1.7 steals while using his quickness to stay in front of guards. More importantly, he brings effort, something that's contagious. Picture these lineups switching everything: Fox, Castle, Harper, Sochan, Wemby. 5 guys who can guard multiple positions, protect the rim, and create turnovers. The beautiful part? Wemby's blocks and steals ignite fast breaks with Fox and Harper pushing pace. This creates easy buckets before defenses can set up. Exactly what young teams need. The assets and flexibility. Here's what separates this from other win-now moves. The Spurs kept everything. They still have 2 first-round picks this year, picks in every draft until 2031, and a young core that's only getting better. If a superstar becomes available, they have the assets. If they need role players, they can trade picks. If Fox declines, he's still movable to contenders as an expiring deal. While the Lakers manage aging stars, the Warriors hope their veterans hold up, and Denver prays their window stays open, the Spurs are building something sustainable. And financially, they're not even close to the luxury tax. They can add pieces, extend their core, and still have flexibility other teams dream of. This is what championship organizations do. They make calculated risks, they honor their commitments, and they build for both now and the future. The problem for the NBA. So what's the actual problem for the NBA? The Spurs just broke every rule about rebuilding. You're supposed to tank for years, hope your picks work out, then maybe compete. The Spurs went from 22 wins to legitimate contenders in 2 years, back-to-back Rookie of the Year winners, an all-star locked up long-term, and a championship caliber system already in place. We've only seen glimpses of Fox and Wemby together. What happens after a full season of chemistry? What happens when Harper joins the rotation? What happens when this core hits their collective prime? Every team in the West now has to account for a Spurs team that can switch everything defensively, score from anywhere offensively, and has the depth to stay fresh through a playoff run. The scariest part? They're just getting started. Even scarier is that unwritten, unseen feud between 2 back-to-back #1 draft picks. Yes, I'm talking about Wemby versus Chet. Spurs versus OKC. Wemby and his super team versus Chet, Shea, and OKC is going to be one of the most classic battles in this new era of youth-led basketball. Look, the haters can complain about the money all they want, but what the Spurs just did isn't just smart, it's genius. They locked up their co-star, showed organizational integrity, and created a championship timeline that aligns perfectly with their young core's development. This isn't just another extension, this is the Spurs announcing they're ready to compete now while building for the future. What do you think? Is the Fox extension brilliant or risky? Drop your thoughts below, and if you want more deep dives into what's really happening around the NBA, smash that subscribe button. Because this Spurs dynasty, it's not coming, it's already here. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We are building something special here at Hoops Court Vision. Join us for the journey.